Perfect. Well, so today we have Kyle Worrell here, our Juneau NYO coach, Nicole Johnston, our NYO head official, and myself, coordinator for NYO. We'll go ahead and go over the video tutorials for both Alaskan high kick and kneel jump, a demonstration, and if you have any specific questions for us ahead of time, please feel free to ask. If not, then we can. Are you familiar with NYO? Let me first ask that.
No, this is the first go around for me and my boy, so everything's new to us.
Okay, perfect. So I will go ahead and start with the videos that are instructional videos for our games, and then we'll move into a demonstration with Kyle and his setup that he has there. And then, a question after first Alaskan high kick, and the same thing for kneel jump. I just have to find, here they are, my videos. So I have Alaskan here pulling up in a moment.
And just a fair warning too, if you end up losing me, it's because I've got a 3-year-old that is entertained for the moment, but we'll see what happens.
That's all right. We will go ahead and start, and I will pay attention to that. Let me go ahead and share my screen with you, and we will show you our first video.
This is the Alaskan high kick. An athlete will start by sitting on the floor with 2 hands behind him. With one hand, he'll reach across and grab his opposite foot. His leg will lay out to the side just a little bit, and he can grab any part of his foot. From here, leaning back on his other hand, he'll take his other foot and plant it on the floor. This will be his kicking foot. When he's ready, he will lift and pull up on this foot while balancing on his back hand and kicking foot. When he's ready, he'll lift up and kick the ball, come back down and land without any part of his bottom touching the floor. At the same time, lifting, kicking, and landing. When he lands, he must keep his balance. He can also hop around after he lands. After each successful round, the ball is raised approximately 4 inches at a time. Every time the ball is raised, the athlete gets 3 tries. Again, he's going to hang on to that foot the entire time, lift, kick the ball, and land, maintaining his balance. There are 3 different hand positions: flat palmed, up on your fingers and thumbs, or on your fist. Not only is Andrew pulling up on the foot he is holding onto, he is also kicking that foot up. He uses it to help him balance as he goes into a vertical position, always keeping his eyes on the target until he hits it. After kicking the target, he must land on the same side he takes off from. The Alaskan high kick requires a lot of body control. Here are some of the things you should avoid: kicking past the vertical position, letting go of the foot, and landing behind the hand. The Alaskan high kick is a game that was played inside the Native people's small houses and huts. Because this game takes up very little room, it was a great way to stay in shape and to see who could leave their footprint on the highest part of the inside of the hut. So Shane, can we get a little bit of background on where you're at and what age group of kids you're going to be working with?
Yeah, we are in Skagway, and I have a 10-year-old.
You have a 10-year-old, you said?
Yep.
Okay. So we're looking at 4th grade? 3rd? 5th? 5th grade, okay.
I should have visited if you're, is it your son or daughter?
Yes, son.
I visited Skagway today, PE, virtually. So I'm not sure if your son was
perfect
in that group.
We
Most
do
likely.
have a second. Go ahead, Shane.
No, most likely he was in the group. I haven't had a chance to talk to him much today, but
Cool.
Well, awesome. Originally, the Alaskan High Kick is one of the events that 5th and 6th graders do in our in-person event. So it'll be a great opportunity for your son to experience this virtually. We've got another video that we're going to show, as well as of one of the junior athletes actually demonstrating. So you're not seeing the actual professional doing the event. So Adele, you want to do that one of the Alaskan of Harry? You're muted.
Yes, that is correct. Hi,
Hi, Michael.
Michael Drew. It's so good to see you, by the way.
Hi guys, good to see you guys.
So glad to have you with us. It signed me out.
So this next video, Shane, will be, it's actually a 7th or 8th grader who is a former Junior NYO athlete demonstrating the Alaskan high kick. And it'll be more up the alley of what your kids and all the rest of the kids will look like doing the event. And then we'll just have Kyle do a nice little demonstration going through his training that he does with the kids that he works with. He's our awesome athlete.
Sorry, it signed
Okay,
me
great.
out. Can you say that again? Okay. I can show you this one. Does it expand?
This event is the Alaskan high kick. Harry is going to start by sitting on the floor, not too far away, not too close. He's going to place one hand behind him on the floor, flat palmed, fingers facing away. His other hand is going to reach across and grab his opposite foot, any part of his foot, top, bottom, toes, any part of his foot. From here, he's going to push off the floor with the foot he's going to kick with. Down here, he's going to use this foot to help him by lifting up and kicking that foot up. He kicks the ball, lands, maintains his balance on his foot and hand without any other part of his body touching the floor. After he successfully kicks the ball, we raise the ball 4 inches higher. That's the Alaskan high kick.
Where'd you go, Nicole?
Your camouflage.
You're on mute too. Oh my.
It was really weird. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm just
That's a first.
we're just gonna go back to the regular one then. Shane, do you have any questions, Shane, as of yet?
nope. You guys are doing a great job.
All right, so Kyle, go ahead and walk through your version and hand out some pointers as far as for his age group.
Sure. So, usually, so with younger kids, you can start really maybe a foot to 18 inches off the ground. This is kind of a good beginner entry level. When setting up, actually, I learned this from Nicole, to go step by step where you lean on your hands. So I have 2 cameras here if you want to like watch from both angles, but leaning on your hands, bringing one leg in, and then bringing forward your arm on your straight leg side, and then grabbing your foot top or bottom. And then from here, pulling in your leg. So sometimes going through those steps helps kids because they get confused on which hand to which foot. You can do it either way. And a beginner is going to want to try both positions to see which feels better. I'll have the kids just try to balance and hop, even try to do a circle. Getting a feeling for the Alaskan high kick, because it's a little bit awkward in the beginning. But once they got that down, they can do it with a ball or they can do it without a ball, where they're just starting with a hop. You don't even have to kick. Just see if they can hop, pulling that foot up. This foot is bringing your whole body up. So you want to pull up with the foot a little bit, give yourself momentum. And then if you do have a ball to practice with, then they can start with the practicing for accuracy to hit the ball, landing back on the foot. And just know that when you kick it, they can hop as much as they need. They don't want to fall over, is the thing. A lot of beginners, you're going to see them kick and then immediately fall over. That's how come I have them practice hopping in a circle, because that's going to get them used to kicking and hopping to catch their balance.
Two things there also to point out with Kyle is he does not have to start up in the air. He can start from the ground and then pull up to kick, or he can balance up off of the floor and then kick. So either way works. It doesn't matter if they start from the floor or start in an up position. So if he's, there you go. So
yeah,
you can,
so, and it's coaching wise, it's better to start from the floor because you're going to get more momentum to launch your body before you leave the ground. But sometimes, especially for younger kids, just getting the idea that they have to lift their bottom off the ground, because oftentimes you'll see kids just go like that without thinking about lifting their bottom. So sometimes we start this way, kick. Once they get that down, then I'll say, hey, sit down on the floor. It's going to give you a little bit more area to launch your body.
and then as they get more advanced, go ahead and stay down there, Kyle. As they get more advanced, they can pull up on the foot that they're kicking with, or the foot that they're holding on to, and they'll pull all the way up on that foot even before their foot leaves the floor. So go ahead and exaggerate that, Kyle.
Yeah, and I'm not going to kick the ball because I got to bring it up, but.
So yeah, so pulling up, well, go ahead and try to kick the ball, but just do a little tiny kick with the follow through. So pulling all the way up on that foot, yeah, and then kicking. And then the last thing I wanted to mention too is if the kids are falling over a lot when they're practicing, tell them to maintain eye contact with the ball until they land. And that usually helps keep them lined up straight, straight for balancing when they land. How you doing there, Shane? Any questions?
Yeah, so he can start on his butt, but he can't land on his butt, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And then in terms of the tape, is there a minimum or maximum distance he has to be from his starting position to where the ball is?
Nope, the tape on the floor is for something else. But
Okay.
he will just adjust based on the way that he kicks, how long his legs are. What's most important is how he's lined up. If you'll notice, Kyle's knee is directly in front of the ball, and then through his hips to his back shoulder and his arm is pretty much one line straight from the ball, parallel to the wall back there. Can you see that?
Yep, I got it.
Okay.
Yeah, so my,
Perfect.
want to point your foot towards the ball. Sometimes kids will go like this and they're trying to kick it sideways, but you do want to point your foot towards the ball. And that's going to help you kick better.
And they don't necessarily need to stay squared up to it. They just need to stay straight when they're kicking. Their body movement needs to go straight up instead of like off to the side. And that helps keep them lined up and balanced as well.
And as the ball gets higher, so at a lower height like this, you can sit further away from it. You can kind of measure, I guess, with your legs. Some kids do that. But as it gets higher, they're going to need to get closer and closer to the ball. And as you saw in that video, the athletes that can actually do a handstand are directly underneath. But as the ball gets higher, they slowly move forward.
You want to move that up a foot or so, Kyle?
Yeah.
What is the starting height?
For 5th and 6th graders, it is
24 inches.
24 for girls and 30 for boys.
Okay, perfect.
Gonna need the other camera open for that one. Replace.
Yeah, that one, that angle's better. Do
There
that
we
again, Kyle. We're
Was
gonna
that?
do it again we're gonna watch you from this
Oh, okay.
camera.
go.
It's a
I'm
better.
actually doing it on my opposite side so you can see my leg down.
Oh, okay.
But I can still do that this height opposite.
Okay.
Very
Good.
nice. Very nice.
Shane, feel free anytime to email Adele or I with any additional questions. And we told your coach that at Skagway too.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Awesome. All right, kneel jump. Let's move into that.
Now, do you want me to show the?
Both, and
Both
then
of them?
just like we did,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, just wanted to double check. I have that. I have kneel jump here. Share my screen with you guys. And here we go.
This event is called the kneel jump. Andrew will start by kneeling on the floor with the tops of his feet flat. You are not allowed to use your toes like this. They must be flat. From this position, Andrew will swing his arms or his upper body up and down, or he can take off right from a seated position like this. From here, the object is to jump as far forward as you can, landing on both feet, sticking your landing and maintaining your balance. Andrew will now do his first jump. When he lands, we'll measure the distance from the heel that is closest to the start line. Andrew gets 3 attempts to go as far as he can. The athlete who jumps the furthest distance wins this event. Here's a closer look at the kneel jump. It is okay for the knees to come up off the floor before they jump. You want to swing your arms back, explode forward until your body is straight. Pull your knees up and throw your heels forward, sticking your landing. Here's another look at the kneel jump in real time. The kneel jump was played to develop the skills hunters needed for jumping up quickly off of ice or from the ground in the event they needed to get away from another animal that snuck up behind them. And again, like the last video, this next video will just give you a better idea what the kids actually look like when they're doing it at that age level.
I'll have it pulled up in just a moment.
This is the kneel jump. Harry's going to start by kneeling on the floor behind a line. The tops of his feet are flat. You'll notice he is barefoot. This gives the athlete a better grip on the floor. They can also wear shoes and socks or mucklucks. From this position, Harry's going to swing his arms back and forth to help him jump as far forward as he can, landing on both feet at the same time and maintaining his balance. This is the kneel jump. After he jumps, we'll measure from the heel that is closest to the start line to the nearest 1/4 inch. Harry jumped 18 inches. That is the kneel jump. So Shane, you'll probably notice a couple of things. They can start with their bottom on their heels, and they can also start by swinging their body up and down a little bit, kind of like Harry did. So, yep, like Kyle's doing right there. For competition, their knees need to remain behind the line. If sometimes the kids get super excited and they'll swing really fast and end up scooting forward like that, especially our little ones. So it's really important that they stay behind that line. Now it's really helpful if they are bare skinned from their knees down to their feet, and they can also wipe the surface down, and they can also use a damp cloth on their legs, just damp enough so it helps them stick to the surface that they're kneeling on. Kyle, I'll let you take over from here.
Sure. So I would not recommend doing kneel jump on the carpet. Usually you want a nice smooth surface like a gym floor, or some gyms have that rubber flooring. That's going to be a really great surface. Cement or tile can be kind of hard, but really, I mean, it still can be done anywhere. Just recommended floor is like a nice grippy gloss floor. And that's when you're going to take off your shoes. On carpet, I'm not going to take off my shoes because you're going to get rug burn. But when you're on those glossy surfaces, you can actually push with the skin on the top of your foot. But I'll give you an example. You can still do it with shoes on. It's not recommended, but it still works. So using my arms as momentum, I'm going to swing, land, and they do have to maintain their balance on landing without falling, or sometimes you'll see a step in a competition that would be a scratch, that foot moved. So you really want to plant those feet. Swinging the arms, landing, and they can land really low if they need to. That's going to help them maintain that balance. The feet can also be shoulder width or wider. They're landing with their feet together. It's going to be hard to keep that balance. So those are a few tips. Anything to add, Nicole?
Yeah, so for beginners, let's just do a straight jump up. Practice using their arms, really throwing their arms straight up, pulling their knees up to their chest. Yep. For the beginner kids, that's what we do all the way from grades 1, well, kindergarten through 6th grade, is just have them try to jump up to their feet first, and then say, okay, let's see if you can jump over this line, and then keep adding a little bit of distance to that. So a few straight just jump ups. Yep, like that. And then start adding the distance and reminding them that the arms play a huge role in helping them jump straight up. And sometimes if you tell the kids, okay, pull your knees up to your chest, or pick your knees up when you're jumping, that helps them get up off the floor onto their feet as well. So ideally, like the video showed of Andrew, this is one of Kyle's absolute best events as well. He's pretty amazing in it, but he's on the carpet, but he makes it look super, super easy. So Kyle, can you give us a decent jump? or as best as you can with what the gear you have on.
Okay.
That's still pretty good.
Now I
All
have
right.
a general question. If what other would laminate flooring or like wood flooring or tile be ideal? Because I'm thinking of a lot of homes here.
Yeah, laminate floor is really good for this.
Okay.
Tile can be kind of tricky. If it's the small tile with the small grout lines, that's a lot easier than the big, large stone tiles, definitely.
Okay.
Turf
Shane,
is,
oh, sorry.
turf is not good.
I could see that.
Yeah. Shane, have you got any questions for us?
If any part of the body aside from the feet land or move on the landing, is it a scratch? So like if the butt is real low and touches the mat as he's landing, but he's still standing and doesn't fall over after he's landed, does that make sense? Is that a scratch?
So with our junior event, we're pretty lenient on in this competition. Preferably at the 5th and 6th grade level, we'd like to see it done right. But we understand also that this year is going to be a first for a lot of the kids. And usually those kids who are scraping the floor are not going to be the top competitors. So we're going to be pretty lenient on that. But technically, if they do touch the floor, it would be a scratch.
Okay. Does that, and that includes hands and everything too, right? It's got to be a solid landing with the feet flat.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Perfect.
And I want to add, even if they don't make it past the line, even if they scratch every attempt, please send in your video still, just to show participation. And, we'll happily still, put their name on our roster.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
So that's one thing that we do with our junior event is everybody gets recorded no matter how far they jump or don't jump. We try to give them at least some sense of accomplishment, especially the younger kids and those kids whose first time it is participating, who aren't familiar with the games.
Yes.
All right. Michael, who are you representing here?
You're on mute.
Yeah, you're on mute.
I need to get a sign.
There he is.
Okay, so we got a new manager at Indian Ed this year. And so there was a lot of questions coming from tutors and a couple of counselors and asking her questions about Junior NYO. And she would email me questions and stuff. And finally I go, just have everybody email me and I'll take care of it. Don't worry about it. and then I thought, man, I better know what I'm talking about. So here I am.
Michael, I'll go ahead and set you up with all of our previous links for our videos that you can share for those questions. I'm recording this one as well, so I'll be able to share that with you too.
The only thing I need to know is, so the athlete and whoever's taking the video is probably at home or wherever they are, and then they send them into you, right?
Yes.
Okay, and then they keep on going, like every 4 inches and another 4 inches and 4 inches, and all that is included, right?
So our score sheets have heights on them already, and I can email you the score sheets to better show, but yes, technically.
Okay, so there's a score sheet somewhere?
Yes, with the registration.
Okay, got it. Oh, cool, easy.
Yeah, and then the videos, if they run out of, Shane, and you'll want to know this too, is if your athlete is going past the pre-recorded heights on the score sheets, then the athletes can pick their let's say it's 44 inches is the max. If they can go higher or further than 44 inches, then it's up to them to pick 45 or 46 or 2 inches or however many inches they want to move forward. And then for the kicking events, we only need a video of the last successful attempt. And for the seal hop and wrist carry, just that the complete video of them competing in that. And for scissor broad jump and kneel jump, we want to see their 2 furthest jumps on video.
Do they need to declare what they're attempting before they jump in the video?
Yes, you should say, this is whatever your son's name is. He is attempting 28 inches in the Alaskan high kick, and this is his 3rd attempt or 1st attempt.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
Do you download those videos somewhere or just all on the score sheet?
Actually, I was just going to include the link to where all of our videos are.
There's a Dropbox. It'll be a Dropbox that you'll drop the videos in, or the parents will,
Okay,
with the score sheet.
Yeah, so after registration, parents or coaches will receive the score sheets, the instructions for submission, the formats for both the video and the score sheet files, and that's it. And a link to our waiver. We also have resources on YouTube, our YouTube channel for CITC. I am just trying to, oh, there it is. Here is the correct link, where we have the video tips video. We have the, there's a couple of others. I'm just trying to find the link to share. Here we go. Copy and chat. And all of our previous meetings that we've had that go over registration. Our January 14th video is probably the best ones for new parents to watch because it has all the details for JNYO, the registration process, the score sheet and video requirements and those submissions. It's all laid out in that video. But even if they do register online, a follow-up email will send with their next steps, and then they'll receive another email with their score sheets and all the links to submit their videos and score sheets as well.
okay, great. Thanks.
And
You're welcome.
I can assume all that information has been shared with the coach here, or will be?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Jamie's your coach, right?
Correct.
Yeah, Jamie has all that.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's all I have.
Wonderful. I'm so happy that you guys were able to attend.
Yeah,
Yep.
Well,
Thank
okay.
Thank you
That's
so
all I
much.
have to.
Kyle, thank you for helping us out tonight. We appreciate it.
Yes, thank you so much,
Thanks.
Kyle. You all
right.
have a good evening.
Best
You
wishes,
too.
everybody.
okay, see you
Thank
guys.
you guys.
Good to
See
see
ya.
you.